it's a whole new transition because I'm a small town girl. I used to all these Ubers out here. So I was like, I said some cuss words. I was like, ah.
You can say grown-up words on here.
I can? Yeah. Well, I was like,
somehow I got statistics of 1 in 10. And then like a week ago when everyone was relapsing, we have 80 people, we had 8 to 10 relapse. So that's 1 in 10.
Wow.
It all started many years back on another property, and this is what it's evolved to present day. And we now have 14 houses, approximately 80 to 90 capacity of men and women.
We are at the women's house today, and they come here to live in a sober, safe environment.
It started off with me being sober and seeing what was going on in the sober world, in the quote-unquote halfway house world. And in the year that I got sober, approximately 15 years ago, there wasn't a big sober living community. And what was available was very toxic in a lot of ways. They were taking advantage of people. They were doing things that seemed counterintuitive to guys trying to get help.
I was in a really bad spot. Like, I was just, you know, so tired of living the way I was. And I'd wanted to come here before, but not really wanted to, you know. So, I mean, I guess I just actually had enough. I was actually in the penitentiary for 3 years. And this is the first, well, the first place I seen was a meeting. Misty don't play around, does she? And then I was right here on this very couch right here. And I was crying, and Misty was like, please don't leave. And I was like, I don't have to wear shoes in the shower, you know? So that was my crying, but I was just so grateful to be here.
So I was in a 90-day treatment, like inpatient, strict. And they kind of set it up for me. I was like, okay, you're going there that day. I didn't know where it was. I didn't know anybody here. I'd not talked to them. I didn't even plan this out. Like, they set it up for me, and I just came, hoping that it would work out.
When I first started working with the women, it was hard. It was hard for me not to cuss and raise Cain and throw fits. And sometimes I still do. But I try to reel it back in and tell myself that's not the appropriate way to act. And sometimes people tell me I'm unprofessional, and I'm like, well, I am a meth head and an alcoholic, so there you go.
So I didn't want to be up here. I'm in a whole new city that I don't know nothing about. I didn't know anybody. I was scared how I was going to find a job, and it's just so big.
So when I came here, I was very excited because I was going to actually be able to experience life and like do things, whereas I wasn't able to do that at the other house. I had met Misty like a month prior to coming here and kind of told her about my situation, and she allowed me to come here.
And I walked in literally like this. Yeah,
You did.
well,
You were closed up.
I was holding myself together. Like, that was it. I was petrified, and I never thought I'd be one of those people that was scared to get out. But it was so much. There was a lot, and I'm almost elbow to elbow with some people, and some of the best people I know. And I walked in like this,
and I walked out like this. I remember at some point my arms went down like this to the position of receiving, you know, and I walked in fear and walked out with hope, and I've never had hope before in my life, and I thought I made a conscious decision to myself. I said, you know, if I do everything that they suggest and everything this program says, and I really do it and it works, then I'm blessed beyond belief. And if it doesn't, I'm kicking everybody's ass here. Can I say that? I'm kicking everybody's butt here, you know? And so I was like, well, either way I win, because I get to fight everybody, or, you know, I stay sober and I have a new life. And it's working. I can't even be mad, you know? I can't, like, I'm okay to admit I'm wrong, and it's working. It's the best thing I've ever done to my life.
It's hard. I mean, you have to consider, like, the world that we're living in. It's constantly thrown in your face. And especially for me, like, I'm an alcoholic. And I mean, it's romanticized everywhere you go, you know, and it's hard.
I have to stay focused. This is my recovery. Just because everybody else is doing everything, you know, differently than I am doesn't mean that I have to do what they're doing. You know, speaking with my sponsor on a daily, even when, you know, stuff like that happens, it can affect me. So if I don't pick up the phone and call somebody, I'll be right where they're at, you know. So I just have to, you know, stay focused. This is my recovery. It's a selfish program, you know, so.
I couldn't do it on my own. But here I'm not on my own, and it's awesome. I don't feel alone, at least. I tried it on my own. It just didn't work out. I thought I had it at the time. I'm like, man, I can do this on my own. I don't need y'all. I don't need you. I can do it. And it didn't last long, and I was miserable. I was sober, but I was just a miserable, hateful person. And now I'm just happy, joyous, and free. And it feels good. Life is great. Life is so good. And I never thought that in a million years that I could ever do this. Like, I was doomed. I never thought that I would have to. I pictured the rest of my life as I'm going to have to go run down the dope man every morning. Shit. And I got to, you know, make sure I have money. How am I going to do this? You know, but I'm good today.
Well, I guess I just want to say to anyone, can I, like, look at the camera?
Looking down the lens.
Anyone who is struggling with alcoholism or addiction, and you feel like you're never going to figure it out or you're not worth it, you are. And I don't care how many times you fall down. It doesn't matter. Just keep getting back up, because there's a better life out there. And it's not easy, but it's doable. And I just want to give a message of hope for people, because I know what it feels like to wake up every day and be like, oh God, I woke up again. Now what? You know, there's good out there.
Helping people really helps me, you know what I mean? So getting to help others while I'm here too, you know, getting to learn how to live again.
I really feel like it's just become a labor of love, and as heartbreaking and heart-wrenching as it is to go through the tragedies, there are successes. There are those moments where you know a life has been changed. You know someone has been reunited with family, with friends, with a relationship with a Creator, something that gave them something back that they had lost. And I hate to give up on not seeing that miracle, because there are miracles, and we're all miracles. Even if it's for 30 days, it's still a miracle.
I think that's our main goal, is to make bonds and with people that really want to be sober, so that they'll have someone in the future. You know, we want to make friends now so we can always have them. I came here 8 years ago, and I'm still friends with probably 5 of the women that were here then.
People that get reunited with their children or their wife, or job back that they may have lost, or they get to go and have Christmas dinner with their estranged family. You know, those are the things. And then not only that, but we've created our own family. We are a family. We are if you will, we're the sick ward, but we hang out together, we play together, we eat together, and there's joy in that. And I guess ultimately it keeps me reminded every single day that but for the grace of God go I.